So one of my favorite YouTubers, Screen Trooper Studios, did his July award ceremony about a week ago, and he said that Old Guard was the best 2020 July movie. Then I realized that literally everyone was recommending this movie besides After Credits. But I didn't see his video until I saw the movie, so he doesn't count. And even though other critics liked it, a lot of them kept commenting on the action, and brainless blockbuster is not a genre that I'm particularly a fan of. Netflix originals are kinda dicey when it comes to content too. Sometimes you get a Stranger Things that makes you rethink the art of writing a show. And sometimes you get a Kissing Booth 2 that makes you rethink the stupidities of the writers who work at Netflix. Still, the overwhelming amount of praise it received from my friends compelled me to watch it, and after heavy consideration, I realized that they were right. This movie is absolutely fantastic, and since I want to dive pretty deep into it today, this video is kind of just going to be my spoilery thoughts. Sorry if you haven't seen the movie yet, but you totally should. Go in blind. Don't watch the trailers, don't watch any promotional material. You'll be happy that you didn't by the end of the movie. Trust me. Let's get this out of the way before we get into the deeper stuff. Of course, the action was awesome. The editing and cinematography reminded me of the Hunger Games, especially in close quarter combats. Some critics have stated that the rapid regeneration is gag-worthy, but the only time it bothered me was the last couple of scenes in the film. But honestly, the action isn't where the movie shines its brightest. For me, it was the heart. I know, I'm shocked too. A movie about immortals who stay stone-faced for a lot of the movie has the most emotion I've seen in a film all year. And that is simply because of the struggles Niall, our main character, faces. She is brought into this bizarre, very different, very scary world by chance. Underneath the godlike immortality, she's just a human, like everyone else. The writing allows her to feel like us despite her powers, because she doesn't accept the situation until late in the movie, as she should. I mean, if I had godlike abilities, I wouldn't be like, cool beans, bro, and then eat my Honey Nut Cheerios in peace. I love how we get to see her question her abilities multiple times, even though it's clear she has them. Why would she put her hand into a burning fire if she knows she's immortal? Because that's what a rational person would do. Why would she challenge a person who's been alive for centuries to a fistfight? Because that's what a rational person would do. Why would she stab Andy if she knew she was immortal? Because that's what a rational person would do. Niall is one of the most realistic characters I've seen in a long time, because she treats this absurd situation in a way that most of us at home would. In a movie full of stereotypical evil villains and superheroes who treat immortality like it's nothing, Niall is an every woman in a way. Yeah, needless to say, Niall is my favorite character. Though the half-twist villain Brooker is also great. Not that it wasn't pretty obvious, but the foreshadowing is amazing. In his eyes, betraying his group means he'll finally find an answer to this sort of disease. I call him a half-twist villain because while he is a traitor, he's also really understandable. The movie spends a lot of time exploring how terrible it must be to live forever, to see all of your loved ones pass without you. It's described more as a curse, which I really like. On paper, immortality is awesome, but this movie presents the horrible truths that living forever brings. The best example is what happened to Quinn, who, after being locked in a black coffin in the ocean, was left for 500 years, still living at the bottom. Andy also plays a crucial role in the story as the kind of mentor of the group, but there's more to it than that. She sees humanity as a whole as ungrateful and greedy to the planet that they've been given.
Humanity can screw itself.
She's tired of slaving away while humanity just keeps taking and taking, but it is through her interactions with Niall and Merrick that she realizes that yes, there are always power-hungry, selfish tyrants who will always think for themselves, but they do not take away from the accomplishments and the selflessness of the kind. And even though it is the only prominent arc, it's strong enough for me to not take issue. I also love how the immortals are not really treated like gods despite their godlike immortality. Seeing these characters hurt makes them feel human, despite their fantasy-like abilities. It's one of the many reasons I love The Incredibles so much. Sure, Mr. Incredible could stop this train with his bare hands, but that doesn't mean it's not gonna hurt. And despite their immortality, it's still feasible for Merrick and his gang to defeat them, and they come so close. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this movie is the best thing ever, or even that it's perfect. I mean, there's a lot of things that are forgotten about, like Copley or the people that worked for Merrick, and the pacing isn't really that good, but this movie is refreshingly new, and I hope more people seek it out. Honestly, the reason I felt compelled to write the script in one day is because I've been so tired of seeing no new movies that are exceptional this year. I mean, it's August, and the only new movie of 2020 I thought was exceptional was The Willoughbys, and even that wasn't a masterpiece. But Old Guard came in and gave me hope that I would see some truly inspiring films this year, despite the horrible things our community has had to and will be dealing with. Let's hope we get less Doolittle and more Old Guard as we cautiously continue 2020. Stay safe. 9 on 10.